Hi guys! So what I'm going to do for this demo is I'm going to be working with the Pocketwatch MDF from the Crafty MDF collection. Now with your pocket watches you get the 3 different sizes and you also get some hands to go with them, which are really cool. But basically what I love about these is you can do so much with them. The MDF's really high quality, it's FSC approved, so we do make sure of that. But it's really well laser cut as well, and you've got the numbers laser etched in here. But also what I wanted to show you is if you have gone for the embellishment pack today, which is the it's got the hickory dickory clocks in it, I wanted to show you that these also, this is the medium size one, fits inside there. Then the small one fits inside that one, so you can really mix and match the hickory dickory clocks from the embellishment pack with this set. It's really funky. Okay, and if you should be able to see from Data's Jane sample today, pictures will be on the Facebook page as well. You can turn these over and do them that way as well, or you can put the circles and the reverse on top to give you a plainer sort of a canvas to be working on, but it's not canvas, it's MDF. You know what I mean. Okay, so you've got that. There's lots of scope to play with, lots to work with and whatever. So yeah, all the numbers are etched in, okay, around here and on the little one as well. So you know, that's all there. So what we're going to do is we're going to add some texture on using the Inkables templates that are on today, which is the damask, the distressed diamonds and the Mondrian. Now we're not going to be using the Mondrian for this bit, okay, but we are going to be using the damask and some of the distressed diamonds. Okay, so what we're going to do is I'm going to add on some distressed diamonds, and I'm just using, I've got a big tub of gesso, and where it's sort of dried around the edge, it's made it sort of thicker and denser. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to use that to add on some of the distressed diamonds down here. Okay, and I'm going to do that with all 3. Just add on some distressed diamonds. And then again on this one, I might go for a slightly different, push that up, place on this one. Sorry, I've gone all skew-if already, haven't I? Okay. So we're just adding on that bit of texture there, just straight around the edge. And scrape that off. Okay. And then, you do want to wash this off quite soon, which I'm going to go and do in just a minute. Okay. And then I'm going to take the damask, which I think works really well with the Heraldic Stamps, because it's got that sort of Baroque feeling to it. I know what I want to say, but the words just aren't coming out. Okay, so I'm going to put that across there. You can see it's just beautiful. I absolutely love it. And this was one of the first Inkables I designed, and I absolutely love it. So I'm just going to scrape this on. I have to say, your damask is also really useful for embossing, as in with the Grand Caliber or Big Shot or whichever die cutting machine you have, because if you emboss that on some pearl card, few gems, I didn't forget your birthday, anniversary, fill in the blanks here, because look, I've made you this beautiful card. Okay, and then again just scrape off the excess around here. I'm not going to try and force it onto the little one, because I think that'll be just taking it a bit too far. Okay, so I've put those bits of texture on there. You could add on more with your Dinkables or anything like that, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave this to dry. I'm then going to gesso over the top with a thin layer, and then we will get started stamping and colouring on it. Marvellous. Okay, so everything has been primed, so you can see, you know, I've gone over it with the gesso and gone over the where we've put the gesso through the inkable too. Okay, so now I've started adding on the colour. Okay, so I'm using Dylusion's ink sprays. I've got Calypso Teal, Fresh Lime and Periwinkle Blue. Okay, and I'm just going to add these on in a mishmash of colours. Now, I am also, what I'm going to do is I'm going to dry these with a heat tool. You can see I have already done some. I work on tissue paper because then I can use the tissue paper on other projects and it contains all the mop-ups. Okay, I have already done some, and what I like is I dry it with the heat tool. Okay, because it forces some of it dry and you sort of almost get that alcohol ink sort of effect with it, which I think is really, really pretty. Okay, and then I've gone around the edges a little bit. So I have completed, this is the last bit to be done. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how I spray them, and then we'll start heating. But while I continue heating, I'll stop so that we've got more demo time for the stamps and everything that are going to come next. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go on with my Fresh Lime first. I'm just going to go across the middle there, and then I'm going to add on some Calypso Teal, so you can see it's pooling, and that's okay. Yeah, see, my Fresh Lime need a little bit more of that going back in. Right, now I'm going to heat this a little bit. Obviously you can leave this to dry if you want to, okay, but like I say, depending on the effect I want, I actually quite like forced drying, because then you get the sort of bits there. Okay, so I am going to continue to dry this. Like I said, I've done all the other bits, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to select my stamps out and I'm going to get some other bits ready, but I'll keep working on this bit with you. Okay, so you can see also you can move it, you can push it with your heat tool. Push it down a little, see there? As you can see, I'm going to push that down just a little bit, and then I'll be able to get that really cool tide mark right across the inside. But it's all dependent on what you like and the effects you like to put on. So I'm going to continue with this and just pushing the ink round, okay, until I've got the finish I want. But you can see the forced drying. Let me just zoom that in for you just a little. Oh, wrong way. Okay, so you can see these tide marks and how it's pulled around the gesso through the template. I just absolutely love the effect. So I'm going to continue with this and do some stamping on the other layers, okay, and then when we come back we will get our stamping done on this one. Okie dokie. Okie dokie, so I have finished inking everything and I have done the stamping that I want to do on the medium and small size pocket watch. So I've put some Roman numerals on there, and I think you can see once now they're really starting to dry, they're just, I'm absolutely loving them, and I think these would be absolutely beautiful filled with resin or something like that. So I'm really, really pleased with them. Okay, so what I've done is using the Roman numerals I have, and VersaFine, but you know, whichever black ink pad is your fave. It's one of those questions I am, you know, asked a lot. It's like, oh, will you use VersaFine a lot? Is it okay if I use insert name of black ink pad here? Yeah, and it's like, yeah, absolutely, it's your thing, as they say. That's not gone on perfect, but that's fine because I've got something going over there. But I think you see the Roman numerals, just because you've got that etched in around the edge of the inside of your pocket watch, works so beautifully. I'm just going to take another couple of things from this set, which is the pointy finger from the postcards, because I just think it's really, really cool and I want to put it on somewhere basically. Okay, so I'm just going to put that across the top of there. Now I'm going to give this a quick blast with my heat tool. Again, because it is oil based, you'll find if you're stamping with something like archival, you won't need to, it dries really, really quick, so you probably won't need to heat set it. But I don't think it hurts, you know, just to give it a quick look with the heat tool, just to make sure. Alrighty, so from there, what I have also done is I have stamped, so we've got the prancing lion here. Okay, I've glossy accented as well. We've got this banner. Now this banner here, it's got a bit of white card on him. Let's take that off. This banner here, okay, he is from the Heraldic banner. So the big stamp we were using, the big stamp in the Heraldic set. Don't know what I've put mine down now. You know, so that's him out of the top of there. So although it's a great, oh here it is. To him out of there. So although it's great as a background stamp, like I was saying, it's got lots of feature elements that you can take out, which is wonderful. Okay, so I've taken him out, and then I've got a little crown here, which I've also glossy accented. And I've done that so that basically you guys can see it completed. Right, the only other thing I'm going to add in, and I've done a little bit on these, I don't know if you can see some white highlights around the Roman numerals just to make them pop out a bit. So you will notice if you use your white pen, especially this quick, should I say, after using your dilution sprays, they will take on the colour of the sprays underneath, but they will still be a couple of tones lighter. So if you're just looking for a really gentle shadow, well, no, it's not a shadow, is it, because it's brighter, but you know what I mean, just a little gentle highlight and not a bright white one, this is a great way of doing that, because you add on your white pen and it just gives a really gentle sort of highlight rather than a bright white one. So if you look at that number 4 there, absolutely fab. Right, so when you've got that to the point you want it, we're going to take some size out here, and I have got my hot glue gun hopefully warmed up. So we'll start with a small one, and then we're going to glue them all together. Okay, so I apologise for the sizzle today, but it's my new favourite thing to play with. I absolutely love it. But you could use thread, cotton, anything like that really. I'm just going to put a little bit in here. But yeah, I think these would look great, the pocket watches filled with resin. I'm actually sure Jane might have done that on a previous sample using the time measure and the butterfly off it. So I'll find that out. We've got a picture for you. So I'm going to put that on there. Absolutely fab. So put that one to the side. Grab a little bit more. Okay, and then for this one we are going for, that hasn't stuck there, I'll press that in. So this one we are going for the sort of lion's head with the wings in there, which I think is going to look absolutely stunning. So we're going to put a good bit of hot glue on there and press him in. I'm just going to have him overhanging slightly because I think that does look pretty cool. So sorry, yeah, I didn't say. The stamped images, basically I stamped them on white card and then spritzed it with the same colours. Exactly as we were doing with the large pieces of MDF. Okie dokie. So actually what I'm going to do first is stick the outer part of this on. So I'm just going around with my hot glue. You can use any of your preferred glue really. I would say a wet glue is better to secure it, but you know, we all have our favourite glues. It's like our own favourite pair of scissors, you know, favourite pen, That's just crafters. We have our favourite tools. But I like a hot glue gun to secure MDF. Because I just think it just survives a little bit better. Okay, so this one I'm just going to put right in the middle. And the reason this one's going right in the middle is because I'm going to put this lion right in the middle here. Okay, and then I'm going to stick these onto the big one to give us a real sort of feature piece. Okay, so for that I'm going to go along here with my hot glue, and I need another glue stick. Okay, so I'm going to go along here with my hot glue and put that one there. And it's one of the reasons I wanted to put the line in before I stuck these down, to make sure I've got it in a place I like. Okay, and then another one on there for the crown. And I think all the stamps we've got on today, for the heraldic and the pocket watch and the Roman numerals and the postcards and everything, I think all of these work so well with this MDF. Okay, so you can see, I mean, that is a fab. I'm really, really pleased with that. Is a mixed media piece, you know, but you could then attach that to a canvas if you wanted to and add more in. You know, you could really build this onto, you could use this to decorate, say, a home decor project or whatever, but it's totally up to you. But basically, that is just an awesomely fun project, and with the sprays given that watery effect as well. Absolutely beautiful. Thank you.